Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here on a beautiful fall day at the same place where I practice my front flip. Today I'll be talking about how I managed to celebrate with a front flip. It's an iconic celebration made famous by players like Aubameyang and Klose. Performing a front flip, especially during a game, requires overcoming a lot of fear. Warming up and practicing in a safe environment with no pressure is key to building confidence. After landing my first front flip on grass, I thought it wouldn't take long before I could try it in a real game. I expected it would take just a few weeks before I could show off the flip in one of my games. However, I only play outdoor during the summer, and there was one major issue: the surface. The artificial grass we played on was much harder than natural grass. The impact on artificial turf is incredibly harsh. It's basically rubber pellets and sand on top of concrete. The first time I attempted a front flip on artificial grass last year, I bruised my heel badly, which kept me out for almost 2 months. The outdoor season ended before I fully recovered, so I had to wait until next summer. I started training again in November of last year. The weather was so unpredictable, which made training difficult. Some days were sunny, while others brought snow and wind. One thing that really helped me improve my technique was learning to do a standing front flip on the trampoline. At first, it felt like I'd forgotten how to do a front flip altogether. It took me about a month to land them consistently on sand. As soon as I nailed 3 in a row, I went back to practicing on grass.
Yes, 3 in a row, baby. I got it.
Luckily, it was still spring and the grass was soft from all the rain, which made landing easier. I was able to land front flips within my first 5 attempts. Even now, I never managed to land one on the first attempt. My fastest was on the 3rd attempt. A few weeks before the outdoor season started, I began practicing flips on turf again, which felt different from natural grass. Because of my previous heel injury, I used turf shoes to cushion the impact. Despite that, the turf was so hard that I couldn't land the flip without putting my hands down. To avoid re-injury, I train on artificial grass only twice a week, with one of those sessions being right before a game. Unfortunately, I didn't score any goals in the first 2 games, even though I was ready to try to flip. I hadn't worn turf shoes in years and it showed. I felt clumsy, missed shots, and struggled to keep my balance. After my second outdoor game, I discovered another league that played on natural grass. This was perfect for me because I was used to natural grass and it's the surface most professional teams in Europe play on. Plus, I felt more stable wearing my firm ground cleats. Turf shoes made me feel wobbly, causing me to lose my balance and slide. After about a month of practicing on grass, I was ready to attempt a front flip in a game. I set up a shooting practice session to simulate a game-like scenario, doing a flip after each goal I scored. Once I felt confident, I brought my cameras to one of my games to record the attempt. We barely had any substitutes that day, and unfortunately I didn't have a cameraman. I avoided using my phone or GoPro due to overheating. It was a hot summer and small cameras overheated within 10 minutes. There were around 50 people watching, with 2 other games happening on the nearby fields. The crowd was big and I didn't want to embarrass myself. My goal was to attempt the flip safely, even if I didn't land it perfectly. Putting my hands down was fine for me. Even legends like Klose and Aubameyang didn't always land their flips cleanly. Back to the story. The game was at 6 p.m. Earlier that day, at around 11 a.m., I landed 3 front flips in a row. But unlike in the game, I had a warm-up specifically focused on the front flip to prevent injuries, and there was no one around me. Also, I never landed a flip on my first attempt. The game began and I couldn't stop thinking about it. It made me anxious, but I knew I had to try or I'd regret missing the opportunity. 15 minutes into the game, I scored. I had already told 3 of my teammates about the flip, so they were ready for it. After I scored, I heard my teammates encouraging me to go for it, and that's exactly what I did. It wasn't a bad attempt, but I opened up a little too early and ended up touching the ground with my right hand. I blurred the video to keep everyone on the field anonymous, as I wasn't sure if they wanted to be on YouTube. Despite that, it was a huge accomplishment for me. I played the rest of the game and even scored 2 more goals. My teammates wanted me to attempt the flip again, but I had already put my camera away and it didn't make much sense to try it without recording it. This was a very unique experience and it felt great to be applauded for providing some free entertainment to the bystanders. It's something I'll never forget and I'm glad everything went according to plan. I would have been really upset if I had gotten injured. So that's my story of how I celebrated scoring a goal with a front flip. Thanks for watching. If you like it, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. See you next time.